Hi friends, thank you so much for being with us again this weekend in the Junction. All right, we are on week 3 of our June series, which is Amped, Living Fully Alive. Again, this is our VBS theme also, which we will be doing next week. So as soon as this weekend is over, we'll be going full steam into VBS all next week. So thank you for those of you that are volunteering with us. And to those of you that aren't, we'll miss you, and hopefully you'll be with us next year. All right, so our bottom line this week is God is stronger than anyone. So our story is coming out of Judges 13 through 16. That's the chapters. And it's the story of Samson. So they've entitled this one, Cut My Hair. So K-1 friends, the first thing you're going to do is you'll have these stacks of, they're called burly beasties. And so they're all different kinds of animals that are beasts, like a lion, a rhinoceros, a polar bear, a brown bear, a killer whale, a horse, a tiger, all kinds of things. So what you'll do is you'll have your kids sit on the rug and you'll give them each one of these. We can tape it on their back or they can hold on to it, however you feel it will work best. And they have to wander around and find out who they are. So you may have played this game as a Who Am I and had a famous person on your back where you had to identify yourself. You will have some clues. So if you need to help the kids give this, you might have a kid stand up and say, you live in the grasslands. My skin is thick and tough, and I have large ears and a long trunk. Who am I? So that they can then guess they're an elephant. And then work all the way through that. So we're talking about all kinds of strong creatures this week for Sunday school. All right, the next thing you're going to do is the strong Samson. So once you get back to the room from our worship and our lesson time, which they will have heard the whole story of Samson, you'll give each one of the kiddos one of these pictures of a strong Samson. So go over the things that you learned in the video lesson and see what's missing. What is the thing that's missing here on Samson? Now, God gave him his strength because of his long hair. So have the kids cut 7 pieces of yarn and tape or glue that to the back of his head, because that was where his strength came from. Now, if you want to, we've got popsicle sticks. They can turn it into a puppet if they want to. They can cut him out, whatever works for you guys. Have them color him, have them have fun with this. But the whole time you're doing that, go over those different pieces of the story so that they can remember what they heard today. All right, the next thing you're going to do is play a game called God is Stronger. Now, I know we've just moved up some of our 5-year-olds into our kindergarten class, so they are going to be really, really young. So if this game doesn't work, you guys can move on to anything you want to, maybe even go outside. But this is essentially the game of war. So they're going to put down all different kinds of strong things. So if I put down a goldfish, he's only a 1-star, and the other person puts down an ox, and he is an 8-star, the ox takes the pile. So you can play it that simply. You can revise this however it works for your kids. Obviously, the kid who gets God trumps everything, and so that card wins. So again, like I said, our friends may be a little bit young for this, so just kind of feel them out in your classroom. We have them separated with little Post-it notes so you know which stack belongs together. So do try to put those back for the next class as they come in. All right, the last thing you're going to do is something called Strong Minds, and it is our memory verse with this very strong man, and they need to put them in order. So you can give each kid one of these, have them in line, have them all mixed up, and then have them figure out how to get themselves in order the right way. So we do have several sets of these so that you can have fun with that, depending on how many kids are in your room. All right, guys, we couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much for being with us again this weekend.